Okay, so this is our lesson. So the objective that we have is we should know how earthquakes waves provide information about the interior of the Earth. Bakit may subtitle? Okay, naka-on pala. Sige, so makita niyo dito the definition of an earthquake. Pero can you give a much more understandable na definition? What is earthquake? What is earthquake? May nag-advance study ba sa inyo? What is earthquake? Christine?
A sudden violent shaking of the ground po.
Okay, very good. Violent shaking of the ground due to what?
Because of the movements within the Earth's crust po.
Okay, because of the movements or the current flow inside the Earth. Okay, that's correct. Huh? Yes. That counts as well, Sean. Very good. All right, we have here earthquakes in our slides. It says here, produce seismic waves that travel through rocks. Paths where seismic waves travel can be used to determine the medium in which they travel. So as you can see here in our illustration, from the earthquake itself, yung seismic waves or the movement of the interior of the Earth can be felt sa other side of the world. Kasi yung waves niya, yung movement can travel through solid and even sa liquid. Ayan. It can travel sa other side of the world. So we have your seismic waves, can either be body waves or surface wave. And so we have body waves, travels through the Earth's interior, and surface waves can only penetrate rocks at shallow depths. So we can see here P waves and S waves. P waves and S waves are the surface waves. Okay, makita natin in the next slides kung ano ang difference. Right, for the P waves or the primary waves, this is longitudinal waves. Particle motion is parallel to the direction of the wave, can travel through solids, liquids, and gas. And we also have the secondary waves. This is the S waves. Yung nito, transverse waves. Particle motion is perpendicular to the direction of the wave and then can only travel through solids only. Ayan. So makikita natin dito yung illustration natin. This is the S wave. As you can see, yung wave niya, pa-S talaga siya. Smooth yung wave niya na pa-S. And then for the P wave, you can see na some part of it, there is a compression. There is a compression and there is a relaxed part sa part niya dun sa illustration natin. Kasi ang nangyayari dyan, kapag nag-move yung wave, may some part of the interior of the Earth na mako-compress siya. Mako-compress and then madi-decompress siya, magre-relax, compress, nag-move siya. Yung movement niya is parang compress, relax, compress, relax. Ganun siya. Pero sa S-wave, yung movement niya, yung secondary wave natin, pa-wave siya. Talaga. Pa-wave. Like wave ng ocean. Ganon. So we also have two types of surface waves. We have the Rayleigh waves and we have the Love waves. For Love waves, it travel in side-by-side motion. And then for the Rayleigh waves, travel in an elliptical motion. And then, okay. Alright. Ayan. So tingnan natin sa next slide yung illustration. Tingnan nyo dito. This is the long wave. And this is the Rayleigh wave. So you can see elliptical siya, yung movement dito. Elliptical. And then dito, side by side. Tingnan mo, imagine yung movement ng chunks ng rocks. Side by side siya. And then ito, elliptical, like parang circular din siya, yung movement. And then mapapansin nyo, there is a compression as well that is happening dito sa Rayleigh. Ayan. And then of course, we have the layers of the Earth. You are very familiar for this. Just to recall, we have the crust, the uppermost layer, the rigid thin and comparable to the skin of an apple, or the shell of an egg. And then the mantle, composed of a solid upper part and partially molten rock layer in the lower portion. So yung sa mantle natin, ano kayang i-compare natin dyan? Mantle can be the white part of the egg. Kapag nag-boil kayo ng egg, you can compare it dun sa white part niya. Ayan. And then we also have the core, the innermost layer, is divided into liquid outer and solid inner layer. So sa core, you can compare it with the egg yolk and the yellow part of an egg. And then this is the illustration that we have. The layers of the Earth. We have the crust, we have the mantle, we have the outer core, and the inner core. All right. Okay, now, this is the one that you need a graphing paper. May graphing paper ba kayo? Ikaw. Wala. Mag-share ka. Mag-share ka. Okay, kailangan natin ng graphing paper. But before we proceed here, do you have any question about the concept of an earthquake? About the waves or everything? Mayroon ba? Okay. So wala naman. So dito, locating the epicenter of an earthquake. So first na gagawin step natin is we need to identify the arrival time of P wave and S wave. That is the first step. Step 2 is we need to compute the difference between the arrival of S and P wave. Then we need to mark off the difference in arrival time on a scrap sheet of paper. So you need a graphing paper. Slide the scrap paper until it lines up on each of the line graph. And then you need to read the distance that corresponds to the span. So these are the steps that we need to follow in locating the epicenter of an earthquake. Okay, so we have here an example. Okay, let's observe. So makikita niyo dito at 3:10 p.m. nakamark siya, 3:15 p.m. and 3:20 p.m. Yung P wave natin is nandito siya. So paano makikita yung arrival time sa P wave? Dito siya. 3:10, just count, tingnan niyo yung difference. 3:15 p.m. dito, 3:10 dito. So therefore, dito, we can say that this is 10, 11. So the line is in between 11 and then 12. So you can estimate this one, 11 and 12. Let's say mga 15 seconds yung nandito or 10 seconds. You can estimate that one into 3 hours, 11 minutes, and 10 seconds. Or you can say 15 seconds in here. So that is the arrival time of P wave. Now let's go to the S wave. Kita niyo dito yung line. So nandito 3:15, mag-start kayo dito na mag-count. So 1, 15, 16, 17. So in here 17 and 18, between it nandyan yung line. So mag-estimate lang kayo, you can say it 15 seconds or 10 seconds as well. Okay? So the arrival time of S wave is 3 hours, 17 minutes, and 10 or 15 seconds. Ayan. Okay, that is how to identify the arrival time of P and S wave through the given graph. Okay. Next, ayan. Nalagay na yung ano natin for the step 1, identify the arrival time of P and S wave. So we have 3 hours, 11 minutes, and 15 seconds. PM siya, so afternoon ito. Tapos 3 hours, 17 minutes, and 15 seconds for the S wave. Now, we need to identify the time difference. So how to do that? Meron tayong ano dyan. We have a formula for that. Go to your downloaded guide. Information from Earth's interior. Okay, so we have a formula for that. This one, the difference in arrival of body waves is equal to arrival time of S wave minus arrival time of E wave. So you need to subtract lang. Just wag kayong dito ha. Dapat mauna yung S wave and then yung P wave para hindi kayo magkamali sa baka makakuha kayo ng negative. Yan. So nandito siya, right? The working equation. This is our working equation. And then substitute the given values, which is this one. The difference is in arrival of body waves. Yan. Subtract that one. So ang nakuha is 6 minutes. It's not actually exactly 6 minutes. It's 6 minutes and 2 seconds. Pero syempre, wag na natin ilagay yung 2 seconds. 2 seconds lang naman yun. Ngayon, now, alam na natin yung difference sa arrival time. Now, ang gagawin natin, we need to use the vertical axis time to mark off the difference in arrival time sa graph natin. So you should have a graph like this one. Okay, so makita nyo dito sa side, sa left side, tama ba, left side? Alright, makita nyo travel time, minutes yung unit niya. And then dito, yung epicenter distance niya, makita nyo dito, times 10 raised to 3. So ibig sabihin, this is 1,000 kilometer. Okay, 10, 1. Tama. Alright. So ayan. So 6 minutes, ang gagawin natin, we need to mark that one sa time natin dito. Makita nyo dito, na-mark siya, 1 minute to 6 minutes. And then, once na na-mark nyo siya sa graphing paper nyo, next that you need to do is, you need to slide the scrap paper along the line graphs until it lines up on each of the line graph. So ayan. So makikita nyo dito 1 to 6 siya, right? Sige, mag-annotate ako para ma-imagine niyo yung sliding. So, yung ano natin, stay in here. Ay, bakit gano'n? Hindi ko na siya mag-move. Wait. Okay, nandito yung time. Makikita niyo dito. And then, oo nga, no? Sorry naman. Duplicate ko siya. Hindi ko na, ayan. Sige. And so, ito yung time natin. If you're going to slide up, kailangan mag-fit siya dito sa dalawang line natin. Yung line ng S wave and then yung P wave. So, tingnan niyo yung count dito. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ayan, hanggang mag-fit yung ano natin, na-shade natin dito. So in here, makikita nyo yung na-slide natin na na-shade natin. It's between here, 8 hanggang 13.7. Estimate nyo siya.
Teacher, can you explain how to find the time again? The time.
The time, the 6 minutes? Okay.
The hours, minutes, and seconds.
The seconds.
The arrival time.
Okay.
How to find the arrival.
Yes. Go back tayo sa arrival time. Paano makita yon? Dito, di ba? Nasabi ko dito. Sa ano natin. O 3:10 p.m., makikita nyo yung gap. 3:10 to 3:15 p.m. siya. Okay? So between this one, yung line natin, yung line ni P-wave is in here. So you can begin counting here 10, 11. So in here, the second, you can estimate it. You can say 15 seconds or 10 seconds. Kasi nasa between siya ng 11 and 12. Okay, so you can say here 3 hours, 11 minutes, and 15 or 10 seconds. Okay, that's for the arrival time of P-wave. And then in here, the arrival time of S-wave, it's in between 3:15 and 3:20. So in here, you start counting with the 15 minutes, 15, 16, 17. Ayan. So mangyayari dyan, estimate mo yung second niya. Let's say 10 seconds or 15 seconds din siya. So time mo dito, 3 hours and 17 minutes, then 15 seconds. Ayan. Estimate mo lang yung seconds between the 17 and the 18. Since yung yung line natin is in between these two numbers. Estimation lang siya. Like you cannot get the it's hard to get the di ba? Kaya estimate na lang. Okay. Now, ayun. So to get the arrival, what do you call this one? In here, the difference in arrival body, ulitin ko, this is the formula. Unahin yung isulat si S wave and then minus P wave. Just subtract it. Then kapag na-subtract nyo, ayan, 6 minutes ang makukuha, 6 minutes and 2 seconds. Kasi ang estimation nila is 17 and 15 seconds. Now, kapag nakuha nyo yung arrival time ng body waves, you can grab it. You need to sketch here or you need to mark it here. O 6 minutes, ito yung time travel natin in minutes. So 1 to 6. Ayan. Now, ang gagawin nyo, you need to slide yung going to the top until it will fit in this two line. Okay? Until it will fit yung both ends niya. Both ends niya. Tignan nyo, both ends in here at the top. Nasa end point siya. And then in here, nasa end point din siya. Okay? Ayan. And then, next to that, is step 8, through the line, ito na yung you need to read the distance from the horizontal axis that corresponds to this spot. Let's make an annotation for this. To do that one, kailangan yung i-mark dito sa bottom part niya and then hanggang sa dito. You can use a box. Sa endpoint niya dito, ang hirap dito. Sa endpoint niya, and then just make a box. Ayan. So makikita nyo yung epicenter distance niya dito. It's in 4 and then almost half between 4 and 5. Diba? Ayan. And then tingnan nyo dito. Ayan, so ganun ang ginawa dito sa part na ito. Medyo complicated to. Okay, ayan. So nandito siya. So na-mark nila, alright, almost half ng 4 and 5 dito. Now, it says here, this is how long it took the P wave to travel 4,400 kilometer. This is 10,000 ha, this is not 1,000, 10,000 ito. 4,400 kilometers siya. Estimation din lang yung between 4 and 5. Okay? Estimate niyo siya. Therefore, the distance of station HR from the epicenter is 4,400 kilometer. Ayan. Clear ba? Clear ba yung steps? Any question? Any question? Walang question? Sure? Alright, let's see kapag naintindihan nyo yung concept. Try to compute this one, try to do this one, solve this one. Station X has the following record of a certain earthquake. How far is the station X from the epicenter? Ayan. Tingnan natin kung may nakakuha ng sagot natin. Ng correct answer. Okay, step by step tayo. Ano yung natin? Arrival time natin? Computation? Anyone? Computation ng arrival time? John Lord?
P wave is about 1 hour, 21 minutes, and about 10 seconds long. And S wave is 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 0 seconds.
How the computation difference?
7-minute difference.
Okay, so 7 minutes difference tayo. That's correct. 7 minutes difference. Now, anong gagawin natin? We need to mark the 7 minutes here. Kita nyo, now I'm gonna use an illustrator para mas mabilis tayo. Makita nyo dito, nakamark yung 7 minutes natin, 1 to 7. Okay? Ang gagawin lang natin dito, we need to slide this one or transfer this one in our scrap. Ano ba yan? Ayan, nakita nyo yung itong box na to. Slide nyo lang siya until it will fit yung both ends. Yung first both ends. Okay? Kita nyo dyan. So, ayan. So, it's in 8 yung bottom ends niya. Yung top ends niya is 15. Ayan. Slide nyo lang siya. And then next to that, to determine the distance, kuha tayo ng box. Kuha tayo ng box dito. Makikita nyo. At the end of the bottom part, dyan, slide down. Ayan. Ayan. So makita nyo dito yung line natin. Ayan. So the distance natin is exactly at 5,000. Sino nakakuha? Si John Lord lang nakakuha. Okay. Alright. Mahirap na naman talaga yan. Okay, next. Sige, tingnan natin yung ibang example natin. Let's see. Para masanay tayo on how to do graph.
Sir, may go to the restroom po.
Okay, Christine, sige. So sa example number 1 natin, this is all about, ano ba yung problem dito? Oh, determine to us the distance of the station HR from the epicenter. Yung example number 2 natin, we are asked to determine the original time of occurrence of the earthquake. Okay? Ayan. So dito, the same din siya, pero may nadagdag. You need to know the arrival time for both P waves and S wave, and the distance of a station HR from epicenter. Okay? Now, yan, kapag nalaman nyo na yung distance, yung travel time niya, which is yung 4,500, you need the equation. This is the working equation. Original time of earthquake is equal to arrival time of P wave minus, okay, travel time of P wave from epicenter to station. So, asan yung travel time natin? Wait lang. Nandito na siya, given na siya. And then, we need to substitute the values dito sa equation natin. So, we have 5, 5 hours, 11 minutes, and 15 seconds. Then 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Then you just need to subtract that one to get the original time of earthquake.
Teacher, where did they get the 7 minutes and 40 seconds?
Okay, the 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Can you try to subtract this one? 11, so that is 6 minutes. Hindi na detail yung information natin dito. Hindi siya na detail. Pero makita nyo dito sa travel time niya, dito, na-estimate siya. Dito, kikita nyo itself dito yung travel time. Ayan o, 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Na-estimate siya o, dito. Ayan. Okay? And then yung 4,400. So yung travel time of P wave, makikita nyo dito sa side na to. And then yung epicenter distance, which is 4,400. Okay? So ibig sabihin yung sa example natin kanina, and yung travel time natin itself dito is 8 minutes. 8 minutes siya. And then epicenter distance is 5,000. Okay? Now, do you have any question about that? About this one? Meron ba? Oh, ibig sabihin kung walang question, naiintindihan nyo ha? Okay, now, do this one. So ito yung natin, yung graph natin. So based dun sa given natin ng P wave and S wave, ano yung nila, time difference? Time difference? Ano yung time difference?
Teacher, 7 minutes.
So, kanina 7 minutes. So yung natin is 4 hours, 48 minutes, and then minus 4 hours, 41 minutes. Yan, so makuha natin 7 minutes. And now we're going to graph yung 7 minutes. Sige. Let's use the illustrator. And so makita nyo dito na graph na yung 7 minutes. And then we need to slide this one until it will fit yung both ends sa lines ng S and P waves. So it's in here. Ayan. Wait lang nga, i-zoom ko nga, hindi ko makita. Zoom in, zoom in. Ayan, i-fit natin ito dito. Grabe, sakto talaga. Sakto ba siya? I think hindi. Hindi. Oo, sakto siya. Sakto. Sakto siya na yung distance is 6,000. 6,000 yung distance niya. Ngayon, let's mark para makita natin yung yung time travel. I-mark natin ito. So in there, ayan. Okay. So yan, so makita niyo dito yung time travel niya. So nasa between 9 and 10. So let's say this is 9 minutes and 50 seconds. 9 minutes and 50 seconds yung time travel niya. Now, anong sinabi doon na gagawin? Balik tayo dito. Okay, find the answer of the original time of earthquake. So yung time natin kanina, what is the time? I-minus lang natin siya. Yung 5:11 and 15 hindi yan. Yung 4 hours and 41 minutes, tapos let's say 5 seconds, minus yung time kanina. Wait lang. Ang hirap mag-share ng ano. Okay, ayan. Minus this one, 9 and 50 seconds. Ano sagot? Zoom out. Ano sagot? Illustrator. Adobe. O ano yung nila? Ano yung original time? Ano ba yung formula natin sa original time?
We have to subtract the
arrival time of,
and the P wave time.
yes, yung arrival time of P wave tapos yung travel time of P wave, which is yung arrival time ng P wave natin is 4:41. Yes, 4:41 and 5 seconds. Yan, now isubtract natin doon sa 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Ano sagot?
4 hours, 30 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Okay, 4 hours. Ito pala na compute. 4:41. Let's say 0, 0 na lang yan. Minus 9 minutes. 50 seconds. So, sagot dito is 4 hours. May 31. 30 na lang. Okay. Seconds. Ano yung sagot mo ulit, John Lord?
4 hours, 30 minutes, 15 seconds.
Okay. Or we can just say to make it simply, 4 hours, 30 minutes, and 00 seconds. Ayan. Since ang lapit naman sa 10 minutes yun, di ba? So who got that answer? Okay. All right. See. Okay.